on God TLC, and we were just in park. Now we are in drive. There we go. And see to get a good workout in DJ. So wherever you are in the world, you are on God TLC ride along, and I just want to remind you that even when you're doing dreadful things, and unfortunately sometimes dreadful things, you have to do those, or busy work, or participate in some function that you have no interest in, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's growth mindset, that bearing through activities or bearing through things that are just not your interest, but you have to go through them for whatever reason. Just remember to pick out always the positive things. For example, even if it's a lunch to yourself, carving out some time for yourself, and always positioning yourself to live the life that you want. Like, early morning running errands, doing what I have to do, business here, business there. And if you're somewhere you don't want to be and experiencing just stuff that you don't want, but you have to in the current time, always try to position yourself in the position that you want to be in, right? It might not happen right away, and sometimes you may be in a position that you love, and all of a sudden you have to, like, it feels like traveling back and past and traveling to ages or times that, like the Stone Age, right? If you work with certain organizations and then you work with other organizations, you're gonna see some of them are like awesome work environments, and then you might see that in order to provide and access many resources, you may need to collaborate with other organizations for at times what seems measly or piddly. That's why in the United States, unfortunately, there is a great recession, and I don't know why they call it great. I mean, because it's grand, it's major, it's a lot, but I wouldn't say great. I would never use that word with a depression or recession. So in the chat and comment, drop what should we rename. People say the Great Depression. I reserve great for like greatness, and I understand they mean great as in a number or this major event, but don't ever associate something positive with lack of resources, lack of funds, being without. And why don't we just call it for what it is? The horrible recession that we're going through, or the horrible depression that happened in North America in about 50, 60 years ago. And even sooner than that, right? The collapse of 2011, 2010, 2009, 2008, the housing recession. We can't use these positive terms with negative words, because then there is sort of this oxymoron effect. I think that the Great Depression is an oxymoron. There's nothing great about it. That word should never be associated with depression. And sometimes if you're going through that, and you're going through tough times, then you need to write, reflect, meditate. And unfortunately, inequity does exist out in the world. So how can you cope with that and leverage and put yourself in a better position? If the current place that you live doesn't let you or allow you to blossom, what can you do in your power to ensure your victory, your cumulative history, your victory, right? History doesn't have to repeat itself, everyone. And today on God TLC Car Ride, what is a Wednesday, we're going through these very deep topics because it is the middle of the week for many of you who join from your workstations, from your makerspace. Maybe you're still getting ready to go out into the world, or maybe you're fortunate enough to work at home virtually and remote. Unfortunately, I've seen many people against for whatever reason or another. Just an old perspective and narrative. Baby boomers still in charge and ruining the world. And not an attack or a slight, it's the reality. Look at the statistics on who is pro and who is against remote virtual work. And it's been proven on the books that remote virtual work is and provides the most equity. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, but remote virtual work does provide many people with opportunity. And not only opportunity, but a chance to be more productive. I know working on site, working hybrid, or working remotely, I've always been most efficient working remote. Anytime I'm working on site anywhere, the cooler conversations, I wouldn't say are nice, um, but they're boring. I like to get my work done. If I have a mission set out in front of me, and I feel that technology has provided accessibility. So let's utilize and maximize on that technology. Now, you all know I host the podcast Tech That Builds Wealth. We have ventured into all types of work unbiasedly here on God TLC. Right along, I'm giving you my biased perspective. I do believe that remote virtual work is the best, is the future. But it's for some people. Someone recently said that, yeah, on-site work, the people who are against remote virtual work and for on-site work, like in person, those are sociopaths. They don't want productivity. What they want is power. And I fight that. There's no reason for people to be forced into offices or crammed into schools or piddly desks. I think that is a condemnation. It is condemnation. Say that again. If doing something you don't want to do is condemnation. So if you want to do that, awesome. It's not condemnation for you. But if you prayed, if you communicated, and you brought yourself forward, your professional development to position yourself for remote virtual work, and you don't land on virtual or remote, all that appears is on site. And sometimes they try to catfish you. They say, oh, even though this is for the online portion of our business, you still have to report to on site. No, that's catfish. And very, very, very perverse. It's tricking someone. Oh, this is for, and sometimes they even outright say this is for a remote virtual position. Yet when you interview, just to let you know, this is on site. That's no. There is they're trying to. There's a conversion process, trying to convert you into following what they feel is best for them, but not necessarily best for you. So I'm about to park, everyone. Got TLC car ride along. Today, hopefully we get some sunshine. Woke up brisk, bit dreary, still dark out, but we've made it. Peace.